Hello everybody, this is Yankel. You may know me as Hope of Trade. Welcome to another deck introduction video. Today we're going to be looking at a deck that I built based off Weavile and Flareon. We do also have Leafeon, but basically Weavile excels at throwing away Pokemon and Flareon excels at having Pokemon being thrown away. So I figured there's a good bit of synergy there. Let's see how exactly we go about doing that. We have 4 Sneasel with 70 HP. We really don't need the other one. The attack that it has is pretty worthless. So we want the 70 HP one just to survive a couple extra turns. It is weak to fighting. So now that Landorus has come back, we want to try to keep them alive as much as we can. We also run 4 of these Weavile. It is a Plasma Pokemon. Actually, all my attackers are Plasma Pokemon, so that poses a bit of a problem since a single Silver Mirror stops all of our attackers. But we're basically using this Pokemon for its second attack, Vilify. You discard as many Pokemon as you like from your hand, and this attack does 30 damage times the number of Pokemon you discarded. If you manage to discard 6 Pokemon, you can do 180 damage, and of course that knocks out any EX. And then we have 4 Execute. These are the Pokemon we are trying to throw away. So he has a cool ability. Once during your turn, if this Pokemon is in your discard pile, you may put this Pokemon into your hand. So basically you throw away 4 Execute and you can do 120 damage. And if you have a Silver Bangle, you can do 150 damage to an EX Pokemon. And if you're able to throw away a 5th Pokemon with a Silver Bangle, you can hit that magical number of 180. So that's how the deck works basically. But in addition to that, we have the Flareon. As you can see, its second attack, or actually its first attack, Vengeance, does 10 more damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile. Since we're constantly discarding Pokemon, the goal here is to get anywhere between 12 and 15 or 16 Pokemon in the discard pile, and you can be hitting again for 150 damage. So you get 12 Pokemon in the discard pile, not that difficult. And with a Silver Bangle, that's 12 plus 2, that's 140, plus 3 for 30 more from Silver Bangle, that's 170, which knocks out most EXs. And if you have 13, obviously you can hit 180. So there we go. Also, it's a nice little counter to the Virizion Genesect decks that are out there. We also run a Leafeon just because Energy Crush is pretty powerful. It can do a lot of damage in just 1 energy, so I toss that in there, and it also helps in the Blastoise matchup. And obviously we have 3 EVs for those evolutions. And we do also run 1 Aldino. It's pretty convenient to have this Pokemon because if your attacking main Pokemon has any damage on it, you can basically discard this card for free, so it gets extra Pokemon in the discard, and so you can power up that Flareon. And in addition, you can get rid of poisons, so that's pretty convenient. Alright, now let's move on to our items. We have 1 Colress machine. Oftentimes you need to just attach a second energy. Colress machine we only run 1 plasma energy, but it does allow you to attach that secondary energy if you run out of double colorless, or if you need a power up attacker in 1 turn. We can power up that Weavile with a dark attach from our hand and a Colress machine. We do only run 1 though, because there's not much room in the deck. We have 4 Level Ball. This lets us get basically every single Pokemon except our evolutions. So Execute, Aldinos, Weavile, Sneasels, and EVs. We can get all those with Level Ball. We do run 2 Pokemon Catcher just because we want to try to hit as often as we can that magical 180 number, get those 2 prizes, win the prize trade. So we do have 2 Pokemon Catchers. We have, your basic Super Rod, Random Receiver. Super Rod is basically to get your energies back. We have 2 Switch. We only run 2 switching cards. Weavile has a 1 energy retreat cost, so not too big of a deal to just retreat. Flareon does have 2 retreat costs, so we're kind of, if our opponent can get a specific Pokemon out in the field, it it can hurt us a lot. But you know, you got to make room in the deck. We do run Tool Scrapper for first of all for the Silver Mirror, because it stops all of our attackers basically, and also for the Garbodor decks we need Propagations to continuously hit those high magical numbers. We also run 4 Ultra Balls, so we discard 2 cards. These helps us get our Execute in the discard pile where we want them, and basically it gives us a lot of Pokemon draw. Our supporter count is 2 Culvers, 3 N, 4 Juniper, and 2 Skyla. Once you do get set up, it's pretty easy to start winning that prize trade, so I don't run too many Ns. And actually, I don't even think Culvers is that great of a supporter here, but I haven't really tested it with any other supporters. So Culvers does a decent job, and it works pretty well in this deck. So we do run 3 Silver Bangle to get that help get that magical number, and our energy counts are 7 Dark, 3 Double Colorless to help power up the Flareon, and 1 Plasma Energy. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into a match. All right, looks like our first game is going to be against Gimme Pokes. Has a nice cool hat on. Okay. Looks like we're probably going to go second. You have no basic Pokemon. That sucks. Alright, looks like we're starting with a Sneasel. Unfortunately, we did draw our Plasma Energy, so if we attach it, we won't be able to use Pulver's Machine to accelerate energy onto our Pokemon. Looks like my opponent's running a Mega Venusaur deck with some healing, and I guess this is probably a stall right here. This is going to be difficult because now the math doesn't work out as easily as we wanted. Mega Venusaur has either 220 or 230 HP, so we're going to have to discard like 8 Pokemon in order to knock it out in one hit. That's going to be difficult. We did draw the Dark Energy, that's good. And I could Ultra Ball, but I don't think it's really necessary now. Let's just end. And we did get a level ball, so we can get out a Sneasel. It's always good to have more of these than one. Looks like I'm going to save the level ball so that I can get an Execute out next turn. Maybe start weakening this Venusaur EX if I can capture it out. So, yep. We can just end the turn here. Looks like this is a pretty cool deck with Mega Blastoise and Mega Venusaur. So this should be pretty interesting. And we see him powering up already, that Mega Venusaur. Let's go ahead and evolve. Let's see if we can get this catcher out. That's a Tails, fortunately. I don't want my opponent to know that I have a bad hand, but I think I'll just attach and hail. Even though it's going to do 20 damage to me, I think it's going to help us in the math department when we go to use Vilify on Mega Venusaur EX or Mega Blastoise EX. If they have 220, then this brings them down to 210, and now it only takes 7 cards to knock it out, depending on whether or not you have a Silver Bangle. And also, we're not giving away our hand just yet. If I get something like a Juniper, I can level ball for another Weavile if he gets knocked out. Okay. Looks like I'm going to level ball. Oh, man. I don't want to throw away that Leafeon with Mega Venusaur doing so much, getting so many energies on it, Leafeon's going to do a lot of damage, so I'm actually going to search right now for an Eevee. Just drop the Eevee, go ahead and hail again. We're actually doing just a lot of damage to ourselves. We're down to 50 HP. Let's see what we're gonna get. Now if my opponent comes out with Blastoise EX or Mega Blastoise EX, it is weak to grass. He already has 3 energies. So actually with a Silver Bango I can knock it out. And there's the Juniper, perfect. Alright. Let's drop an Eevee just so that we can. Oh man, what are we gonna do now? Fortunately, we drew into that plasma energy. That happens more often than I'd like to admit, but oh well. So we can throw away Eevee and a Culver's Machine. Grab, execute. Man, I guess I should have kept that Eevee, but I didn't want to be left without a supporter. I could just use Vilify or Hail again. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So, Hail. Looks like Druddigon's rough skin ability is just doing work this game. Let's look at this. Rapid Spin, switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. There we see a switch. Looks like, yeah, that's enough for a knockout. Oh. Here's an energy. You can Skylar right now for a Juniper. Yeah, for a Juniper, I want to throw away that Execute and Energy Crush. So that's enough to knock it out. Now my opponent needs to attach a Water Energy to the Blastoise in order to knock me out. We see a Heads Pokeball. You don't see Pokeball very often. It looks like, Time Recall ability lets evolved Pokemon use their pre-evolutions of attacks. So, I guess, you know, once you get the Mega Venusaur and the Mega Blastoise, you want them to be able to use regular Venusaur EX's abilities. So, Poison Powder and Jungle Hammer. Makes sense, I guess. If I can get a catch route and drop it on Blastoise, that'd be really nice. We're gonna Ultra Ball Execute and one of our Junipers. Go ahead and grab another Execute. We want to get as many of these in the discard as we can. Juniper, throwing away that Execute. And we did get a Flareon, so that's nice. Let's see, let's cancel this. I want to save my Leafeon for when you know, the Venusaur or the Blastoise comes out. So we're gonna retreat here into Weavile, and I'm going to attach the Flareon. Now we kind of have a counter for all of his attackers. Flareon's gonna be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 80. So 160. That's not enough to knock out a Mega Venusaur, but if we get, should I go for the knockout on Snivy? Yeah, let's just go ahead and go for the knockout. We have an ability to, we have a way where we can, no, we don't want to. It's a tough call. I'm just gonna hail. Spread some more damage around. Not really what we're supposed to be doing with this deck, but it's our best option here. We want, if he comes out with Mega Venusaur EX, we can hit him hard. If he comes out with Blastoise EX or Mega Blastoise EX, we have the knockout already secured. Perfect. So here we go, Silver Bangle. Now we can take a knockout on that little Snivy, poor Snivy. Let's Skyla for a Culver's. Yep. And we can Vilify here. Throwing away Execute. Just for 30 damage, nothing crazy. And we have another Silver Bangle. I'm gonna use Colorless next turn, so that's not gonna stay in my hand. I don't have any Pokemon to put it on. Time Recall. Let's see. Wind Whisk. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. There we go. That's what we wanted. Okay, so now Leafeon comes out. Easy knockout. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 120 base damage. And actually, let's put the double colorless on Flareon. And we can Colorless. Drop a Sneasel. Crisis Vine does 120, but let's look at regular Venusaur, 60 and 90. Oh, it only has. Let's see, what's the 60 attack do? Your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed, so that's 70. If we heal Leafeon, it just gives us a better shot at staying alive. So 60, 70, 80, 90. I guess it doesn't really matter. So let's keep it in our hand. Let's just Energy Crunch. Boom, 240 damage. There you go. Now these Mega Pokemon EX. It's interesting, it's cool, but it doesn't really work that well when, you know, so many Pokemon are just getting knocked out in one shot. Putting so many resources and time into a Pokemon like that isn't worth it. So here we're actually going to be able to knock out this Mega Venusaur EX. We're going to retreat. We can Level Ball. Oh, well, there you have it. Flareon, Leafeon, and Vilify. What is it called? Weavile. All together in one deck. It was a bit of a slow start. We had a supporter drought, but I mean, I guess we went against a pretty cool, pretty interesting deck. Anyways, it's just a little something I put together. I'm actually going to try to make it a little more streamlined, maybe a little more consistent, and see where we can go from there. Anyways, thanks for watching. This is, Yankel. You may also know me as Hope of Trade. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you like my other videos, subscribe. You can also follow me on Twitter at Hope of Trade, and I will be putting that in the comments below the video. So thanks for watching. Have fun and catch you on the flip side.